on that train. TXN at this point, guess what? Downtrend break. We're looking at downtrend break, and beautifully well right here, which technically our inverse head and shoulder there. And of course, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Session Show. If this is your first time, you're welcome to this channel. Well, though anyway, we're having issue with the cam recording, so we're gonna be talking about stocks as usual. And of course, welcome to the Trading Success Show. If this is your first time, you're welcome to this channel. And remember that this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock or equity. This is for entertainment purposes only. And of course, we're going to be dealing with long-term hold, long-term stocks. We're going to be dealing with stocks that are actually around, above or below or at the 200 moving average. And these are the names you can actually put on the sideline just in case you like the name. However, not a recommendation. Looking at these stocks, but before we get into the stocks, we have to talk about the sector. We have to talk about the U.S. economic calendar, as well as other things, other names of what is going to actually drive the market to the upside or to the downside this coming week. Okay. Now looking at the sector here, we'll see that pretty much broader sector is all red. Everything is red, and of course QQQ making an all-time highs there. However, just take note at that the market pretty much overall stocks, overall names are on the downside. However, something can really happen in the market, and then we shoot back up. But for now, just be cautious, just be very careful, because we're also going to have Feds coming in this coming week, so keep an eye out. Other than that, we got earnings coming in, and of course Monday after market close, we have a couple of names, CMP, QIPT. Tuesday, pretty much, we don't have nothing much that I'm really concerned about. We'll have Wednesday, we're going to have MULEN, ABM. These are very solid names, so also keep an eye out for. So General Mills also before the market open Wednesday. Thursday is going to be ACN. We're also going to be Dowding, DRI. Cintas before the market, CarMax as well. And of course, after the close, we're going to have NKE, FedEx, BlackBerry, and so on and so forth. Other than that, Thursday, Friday, nothing pretty much for me. CCL, you can watch that, but I'm not interested in that name. Okay, so let's take a look at the U.S. economic calendar. Of course, we're looking at Monday. We're going to have Empire State Manufacturing Survey, followed by S&P Flash U.S. Services PMI. Tuesday, retail sales. And of course, we're going to be talking about what the capacity utilization and home builder confidence index. Wednesday, of course, one of you going to have the ultimate power, J Power. Okay, we're going to be talking about FOMC interest rate decision, if they're going to raise the rate by 50 basis point or 25 basis point. This is where you want to know. This is where you want to tune in if you are into this market. Okay, so now we're looking at a Fed Chair Powell press conference at 2:30. Thursday, we're going to have initial jobless claim, followed by GDP, as well as existing home sales and U.S. leading economic indicators. Friday, of course, we're going to have personal income, nominal, and spending. We're going to have PCE and core PCE consumer sentiment there to figure out what consumers are doing out there. Okay, guys, these are pretty much your outlook for the coming coming week. Now let's get into the SPY, the market. What are we got here? We're looking at SPY. At this point, we're making this stop right here on the market, and what happened, we may continue to sell off right into next year. Okay, don't forget Santa rally, they say, but sometimes the market makers, sometimes the big boys, they just want to pretty much take some losses or take some gain for tax purposes. So now look for the 20 exponential moving average on the SPY for your support. If it doesn't hold, we're going to be looking at price back down into 590 on the market. So keep an eye out in the market. If price decide to push back up to 609, we can break through 610 to the upside. Now let's take a look at our stocks, the 200 moving average, and then I'll put up other stocks that I think may actually do well as well on the long run. First stock here is going to be ABBV, and ABBV, we're looking at downtrend here with this huge gap here. Gap pretty much has been filled. If I'm calculating this right, now we got this gap here, it is already filled, and then pulled back to retest the 200 moving average. So I love 200 moving average. Every time the stock comes back to the 200, I am a buyer. Okay, it's not a recommendation, so just be aware. So this W shape, I'm expecting some momentum to the upside on ABBV. Also taking a look at ABNB. ABNB, pretty much we're looking solid, we're looking great, we're looking fantastic. So for now, we are really breaking support here. Okay, we're breaking this support here, and for now 130 is going to be the support. Why I'm saying 130? Because when you look back, look there, this has actually been a resistance somehow, and now boom, we're back to that support. So retest and then move to the upside, but for now you know that 130 is that support. DOC, this is Teledoc as well. Small name, small price, but they're doing great in terms of telehealth. Anyway, looking at $10 as our support for now. 200 moving average is just right there for that momentum push. Stock spike up all the way and then back to retesting that 200. Fail to test the 50 exponential moving average. For now, that support there is going to be on Teledoc. Okay, right now KLAC, also way far away from the 200 moving average, high price in name, but for now look for 50 exponential moving average for the visit. For now, that put that in your back burner, way too far from 200. Also ASML still far from the 200 moving average, but we can start inching and close this gap on that 200. LROCX still far from the 200 moving average, but for now that downtrend resistance right here, that is what you're going to be looking for now. 20 exponential moving average again here, this is going to act as our support for that $78 break on this name. So keep a close eye on that. MU, like I said, the report coming week, and levels pretty much it's very interesting. So we're going to be looking at 105 as the resistance. If that 105 does break on earnings, look for 110 or even 115 in the coming days, and then we can break out of that zone there. So keep an eye out on MU. Solid name, solid chart, solid view. OLLI as well, we broke out of levels. Reason, remember I talked about the 200 moving average. I love the 200 moving average area. Okay, every time a stock, no matter how far it goes, and then if that stock decide to test the 200 SMA, guess what, I am a buyer on there, right? So that is what pretty much happened. Bounce right off that area and then boom to the upside, creating that beautiful gap there. Keep an eye out on the 115. We revisit 115 again. This can continue to push to the upside. 110 is support on OLLI. Also, we have FDX. FDX, they're reporting Thursday, I think. We just talked about that. And of course, 200 moving average right now is your sport. Look how price actually bounced right off that area. Now it is happening again. See if price can really bounce off this area on their earnings support. If it does, we're going to be looking at 295 or even 305 in the coming days on FDX. Other than that, Zoom as well. Actually pretty much zoom out of the 200 moving average, but for now 112 was supposed to be the support, but now we're looking at 110 right now as a support. Look for that bounce as the energy sector begin to rally in the coming weeks. However, the market sector, everything is pretty much red unless the tech are holding us a little bit higher again. We talk about ABBV already. NU, that's another small name, small price, back below the 200 moving average. This is your best bet if you really want to join the big boys on that train. TXN at this point, guess what? Downtrend break. We're looking at downtrend break, and beautifully well right here, which technically our inverse head and shoulder there, and of course 200 moving average is right at that spot. 190, 187.50 support with resistance at the 200 moving average. Break that area, break that spot. We're looking at the 20, which is that 196 area, 197 in the coming days. Dell as well, not so bad, not so shabby. We're looking at the 200 moving average right here. The 20 is crossing the 50. Technically is bearish. However, we're looking at support right here. If this does hold as support, we may retest the 200 moving average again. ADB, we already talked about that a couple of weeks ago, and of course we're looking at price action, price movement to the downside. Earnings pretty much didn't do well for them, and of course gap down. So right now we're looking at this level 450 as a support. So keep an eye out there, see if this does hold, and then continue rally back up to the upside. Barber as well, coming into next year, we're going to be seeing some more action on this name with the tariffs and all other mumbo jumbo. Right now $85 is support. If it 87 is support. If it doesn't, then look for 85, 83 in the coming days. Also high dividend payer. Right now this is looking solid. This is looking candle wise, we're looking to retest the 200 moving average and then back into the 20 exponential moving average, 50 exponential moving average, and then boom to the upside there. Also taking a look at a big name, a big price, SMPS as well. We're looking at price action right now at 508 or 508 close. Right now we have this doji, which is our indecision. So I pretty much look for confirmation to the upside or to the downside. Reason is because right now this has been sold off and back, three dojis in a row. So keep an eye out. Overall, we're looking at the 200 moving average there on that beautiful name. Anyways, also Tesla pretty much to the upside there. I'll be looking for more to the downside. We are actually extended, and the past action is not an indication of what is going to happen in the future. But anyway, RSI is showing extension there and extension there. So look for some action this coming week or the following. MRVL as well. Look at that beautiful channel. Still breaking barriers, still pushing to the upside. 120 break, close 120, 77, RSI 71. Still decent for some run right into 125 in the coming days. Service now we're looking at channel here, this is your best bet for channel. So keep an eye out. You know, these are solid names. These are companies that keeps running and running and running, and when they decide to show up at the 200 moving average, guess what, we're picking them up, we're picking those names up. And also Palantir as well, inclusion into NASDAQ 100, so we're looking at some action coming next week on that. Also, we also have ISM as well, AXON. We're looking at more momentum as they were included as well. Also taking a look at QCOM right now, not too far away from that 200 moving average, so keep an eye out. Moderna has been removed from NASDAQ as well, so looking for 40 or 35 in the coming days. SMCI as well, we're looking for $30 on this as a form of support. Keep an eye out on AMD for support right around 125 in the coming days, with downtrend right there at 136, 137. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your weekend with me. Peace and love, and the remaining chart, I'm going to post them up on my stock tweet and on Twitter account. Thank you for your time. Peace and love, guys. Bye bye.